Mr. Jim, thank you very much for your time. Perhaps let's get your reaction on the biggest drop in GDP numbers in 10 years, 3.2%. That's by how much it contracted in the first quarter of 2019.
Well, Kole, for some time now, we've been sitting with a situation where everybody has been singing Nyodon Tumamina. But what we have not been seeing is a program that can stimulate economic growth. I mean, even with the renewed mandate, we are afraid that we can see the packaging of new ministers who are taking their positions, but what is lacking is what is the vision to turn around and to restructure South African economy. And I think the tricky thing is that when you say you must restructure South African economy, which we have not done for the past 2 decades, I mean, people should not create an impression that there is policy uncertainty. The ANC government have been pushing for conservative policies, and in a very big way. We've got GEAR, we've got the NDP. These are accepted policies globally, but they've failed to deliver, they've failed to stimulate the economy, they've failed to deliver quality jobs that can ensure that we basically absorb into the labor market the majority of the people which do not have jobs. And when Makhashula just say the Reserve Bank must revisit its mandate and go for a broader mandate, rather than just to pursue a hot pursuit of inflation targeting, but target jobs, it's the rand weakens everybody, your media houses, you saying, what is it that Makhashula is saying? But guys, we have been pursuing inflation targeting with high interest rates.
So you agree with Ace Makhashula?
I agree fully with Ace Makhashula, but
what about the fact that he's being contradicted by fellow NEC members?
No, but Enoch has been, I think we must grant it, Enoch has been a champion of these policies. They have not been tampered with. They are in charge. But unfortunately, it's time for the ANC to wake up and accept that we must engage with the global community to say, we have got a sovereignty here. We have got a right to actually pursue policies that will ensure that we can absorb our people into employment.
What is the real possibility of that mandate being changed, as you say you agree with Makhashula? Because right in the middle of those who are saying, leave the Reserve Bank alone, is our current Minister of Finance, Tito Mboweni, and he's very clear. He says, what is this? I'm quoting him directly now. This is a total exasperation, these continued attacks and obsession with the Reserve Bank.
I just think that, forget about the ANC. The ANC will not change the macroeconomic policy. People might have voted for it overwhelmingly, but we are in for a long walk of a crisis in terms of unemployment, because there is no intention. If Tito says that, I mean, the president himself, he went all over the world to promise austerity measures. So issues that has to do with turning around. I mean, what we need is an expansionary budget. We need a state that intervenes in the economy. I mean, we all know that great problems should be creating great solutions, where a state must basically deal with this national crisis.
In the interest of time, I'm going to hurry us along. If you listen to economist Raymond Parsons, he says that one of the big factors for this contraction is the fact that Eskom is a problem. We saw the rolling blackouts at the beginning of this year. You are a union that organizes inside Eskom. What is the solution with that entity? Its CEO is gone.
Well, there is a crisis in SOEs. We would have released a statement last night between ourselves and SACA, basically reflecting on the fact that there is an emerging trend with all our SOEs, where whilst we had a serious obsession that they were run down by Gupta's influence and state capture and everything else, we're seeing another state capture approaching in terms of the Rothschilds. I mean, there is a huge agenda to basically privatize SOEs. We're not just having a problem at Eskom. We have a problem at SAA. A competent CEO by the name of Vuyani Jahana had just thrown a towel. We were meeting with basically demanding that we want Jahana back.
You're threatening mass action, in fact. On what basis is that mass action going to be averted?
We think that, you know, it takes time to find Goli. It takes time to find somebody who's competent, who knows his job, who's not just saying to government, give us your money, who's got capacity to go outside the country, fundraise, secure money, has a plan to turn around.
The point is, Vuyani Jagana is gone. What is it that you, as a union that organizes also in SAA, are going to do about it?
No, but we think that he threw the towel because he has been frustrated, both by the board, in our view, and the government not coming to back its turnaround strategy, which he has endorsed when he put it together. We think that with the critical situation that confronts us, the honorable thing to do is to lower our egos and basically reinstate Jagana back, give him the necessary support, give him a board that must commit that it will support the turnaround strategy.
He's resigned,
this is not
Mr.
a guy,
Jim.
He has resigned, but he could be engaged.
He could be engaged.
He could be engaged.
You want government to engage him?
We want
Failure
government
to do
engage
that?
him. I mean, from where we're sitting, hours we got our backs against the wall, because we think if we're going to have a deployee of Rothschilds who will be the next CEO in SAA, jobs of workers are going to be the victims, and we might have to take up a fight to resist this.
Final thoughts on this, but you've been accused by the EFF leader, Julius Malema, of using workers' monies. You sit here today and you speak very passionately about worker issues. They claim you used workers' monies to mount a non-campaign ahead of these elections. Where is the Socialist Workers' Party now?
Well, the Socialist Revolutionary Workers' Party is live.
Still there?
It's live and kicking. It was not the party for election.
Have you not lost your deposit to the IEC?
No. I think we need to deal with this. The SRW,
have you not lost?
Well, it doesn't matter what is that. That was not first.
Do you use workers' money?
No, I mean, that's a lie. And I think Malema is got a right to open his mouth when he's excited, thinking that he has doubled up his support. But the bottom line, we're here to stay. We didn't use any workers' money. Numsa books are controlled by workers.
Can we see them as
journalists? No, we're not going to give our books to journalists for what? Because of what Malema have said. I'm simply saying...
He's committing to open his book.
No, he can show his book, that is level of consciousness. Our books belong to workers. We can confirm that there's no crisis in Numsa. We have not spent a cent of workers' money. We account to Department of Labor. Our books get audited. So Malema can say what he wishes to say. We have no time for that.
Irvin Jim, thank you very much for
your
your time.
Much.
He's the General Secretary of the National Union of Metal Workers of South Africa.